like this in a long time. And as I threw on this old Nirvana shirt that has holes in it today, I realized what better song to do for a video like this than Smells Like Teen Spirit, specifically for me. So this is what I learned about the guitar from Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm going to take a look at the three main parts in the song. That's the intro, which is also the same riff as the chorus, the verse and the bridge, which is those two notes, and the lead guitar part, which happens in the middle. We're going to take a look at each of those parts. We're going to take a look at the techniques used, and then we're going to look at an application for each one of them. So it's going to be a little bit different. It's not really a how to play the song thing, although you get that out of this. But we will also be looking at ways to apply the techniques and the theory used in these. So let's start with the lead guitar part, because there's a lot more going on here than people think. I'm going to play it with like just the basic melody. So the first half is the verse melody, the second half is the bridge melody. Now, one of the things that you probably notice there is you just play the notes and it's pretty boring. So once you learn the melody for it, all the articulation, we're going to add slides, we're going to add bends, we're going to add vibrato, and it's going to become something different. Very different feel. So one of the great things about this, if you're a beginner or an intermediate player, is you can play along with the recording, and each one of those parts repeats 4 times. So you can build the nuance of your playing with the bends and the slides and the vibratos all in there. Quick aside, how is that not considered a good solo, but people universally love? Just a thought. So let's take a look at the verse and the bridge, which is really these two notes. Now, what I learned when I was learning it by ear when I was young was the first fret here, which is a little bit higher of a tone, and it's a lot harder to get a solid vibrato on it. I don't have much string to play with, so moving it up here, I've got a lot more control over that. And that taught me a lot about the concept of like what should the actual timbre or like the sound of the notes, not just the notes themselves, sound like for a part. So for instance, I'll take those same two notes, completely different tone in different parts of the guitar. As we move it to thicker strings, we're going to get more bass. That was really important for me to sort out when I was young. I also get more control as I've got more string both behind and in front of the fret to use stuff like vibrato. So a part like, for application, a part like this, fine. It sounds good, but if I wanted more control over it, and maybe if I thought it was a little bit too tinny, too high-endy, I could move it up. Take the notes, figure out where they are, and move them up one string. Gives me a lot more control. Finally, the main riff, which has 4 phases, and I think sometimes people stop at phase 2. And I see a lot of people play phase 3 incorrectly. So it's like the MCU, there's 4 phases. So this is the whole riff. So phase 1 is just playing the power chords on that famous, Smells Like Teen Spirit rhythm. Boom, ba-ta, boom, ta, boom. Phase 2, we're going to add the muted strings. A lot of people stop there, but if you listen to the recording, it sounds like there's another chord right before we get to this A flat on the 4th fret. It sounds like this. Listen to it, I hear a different thing happening than just that. So this is phase 3, and it's that chord instead of that is actually some open strings, and it does a couple things. First of all, it's got the notes from that G5 in there, so it kind of sounds like you're playing that chord. also masks the position shift. It gives you a chance to kind of move your position shift. I mask position shifts a lot with slides, and if I have an opportunity to, maybe with some muting. But this is just a brilliant way to do it, and I think it might be part of how the song ended up in F. But one more time with that, that's phase 3. Phase 4 is the last chord on the 4th time through is played with straight 16s. So that ending, it's easily skipped over when some people are playing it, but what happens is it's the same feel that happens with the drums, and it just kind of sucks all of the energy in, all the air out of the song, so that when it drops out, you really feel that that transition. So let's take a look at applying that concept of having this rhythmic part that all the instruments play at the turnaround, or what I think Tim Pierce calls the corner, when you're leaving one part and going into another. So I'm going to use some real basic chords here: D minor, B flat, it's B flat major 7, and C add 9, so something like that. So on the 4th time through, I'm going to add some rhythm to that C, because it's the last chord. So I'll do something like that.